sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's sir. We back up in this building. It is
Yes,
Thursday,
sir.
y'all. What is cracking? What's cracking? Listen, man, we got a hot one for y'all tonight. Now, all the stories that we've been doing recently have been real heavy, right? But today is going to be a little heavy, but still lighthearted because I know my guy. He's going to bring some levity to the podcast. Welcome everybody once again to Dating University. I am your co-host, Professor Charles, along with my beautiful co-host,
Professor Brittany.
Right, and here at Dating University, we discuss the good,
the bad,
and the ugly
of all things dating and relationships.
Absolutely, man. Listen, like I was saying, we have a fantastic guest tonight. What can I say about this brother? He is a motivational speaker.
Yes.
He is a gym teacher. He is a co-owner of his own gym. He is a dedicated husband, a dedicated father. He is very, very active in his community, very active in church.
Beautiful.
He's somebody that I absolutely look up to. And, I'm just excited to get him on the show and help us continue the series of healing. And we're going to talk about his healing and how he was delivered from something that could have been really detrimental to his life. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend.
Oh, wow.
Mr. Michael Miller of Passport Fitness. What's going on, good sir? How are you? Uh-oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Mike? Oh no, he can't hear us for some reason.
I can hear you.
Okay.
You can't hear us at all? You might have to exit and then come back in.
Sure, if you don't mind backing out and then coming back in.
I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah. This is live, y'all. This is live, y'all. This is what you get.
We don't do bloopers here. We just do growing opportunities.
Absolutely. That's all we do.
So I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. So everything is square while we get this together.
We haven't told you all to like, share, or anything yet, so we're good. So while he's leaving and coming back in, we are, you hear us now? We are doing this series on healing.
Yes.
So if you know of anyone that is going through a stage of, let's say, loss of a parent, loss of a child, loss of a pet, loss of a job, loss of any type of loss, because a loss is a loss. And how that may have impacted not only you, but the people around you. It could have been your family, your friends, your spouse, whoever, your partner. So if you have a story, inbox us, comment on any of our posts, and we'll see you on. Are you back?
I'm back. I can hear.
Let's go.
All right, good. Man, you missed that whole spiel I gave about
the whole thing. I'm sitting there like,
God dang.
Watch the playback.
You better watch the playback because I can't run that back.
Playback, brother. I didn't hear it.
He gave you some really good flowers, like 3 dozen red roses.
Man,
that's what he gave
you. Road.
No weeds, no nothing.
Intro.
All flowers, no thorns.
No thorns, man. No thorns. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, late but still great, the Michael Miller of Passport Fitness. Give it up, folks. Give it up.
Give it up. Give it up.
Yeah.
All right, so you got to do your intro. I want to hear it, and the whole world has to hear it.
All right.
Let's go.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, that's right. Y'all know what time it is. I'm alive, I'm awake, and I feel great. Yes, yes, y'all. Y'all know it is. Y'all boy, Motivational Mike, coming to y'all right now. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I am awake. I was.
Hey, wake up, Brittany. Wake up.
I'm up now. Woo! Wow.
Yes, I needed to hear that today. I definitely did, man.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much for coming on the show, taking time out of your busy schedule. We know that you are just in the midst of an amazing blow up with your business, with your endeavors, your life, everything, man. And I just really appreciate you taking the time out to come on and talk to the world a little bit about what it is that you've gone through in your healing process. So yeah. So I don't know if I want to ask you questions or do I just want to just let you just get your spill out. You tell me how you want to ride.
I mean, however you want to flow. I'm easy going. We can flow with it.
Okay. All right. So let's start. Let's do with an easy question. Tell us a little bit about who Michael Miller is.
Wow. Michael Miller is a go-getter. I don't know, growing up, it's like I always knew I was meant to do something special, do something great. And growing up, I thought I was going to be like the next Usher. I always say that. I thought I was going to be famous, love to sing, grew up chasing that dream, went to Shenandoah University for music. Then went to New York for a real quick minute and realized real quick, I was home in about 2-3 months. The dream is real short. So came, got my master's in education, became a teacher, taught for 6 years in Baltimore City Public School systems, loved it. But realized real quick I didn't like the money that came along with that, and was about to become a principal and didn't like the stress that came with that once I started talking to some principals. So I actually went into my own business in financial services and left my job, started doing that full time, and guess I'll stop there if you wanted to get back in here.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I mean, that's just amazing to see, like, how you've grown in so many different areas and you've achieved so much. Like, while you were still striving for your goal, you still didn't let, little setbacks get you. Like, you continued to move forward. And, it was more like a pivot than it was like a letdown. So, like, how important is that? How important have you been? How important is it? Excuse me. Of you making those changes and those corrections and those pivot moves? How has it affected, like, your mental? How has it affected your life?
I would say I've grown myself to become a risk taker. I feel I live by the mantra, we only get one life. And I feel like we worry so much and operate in fear so much that it paralyzes us from taking chances, when in actuality, I just feel like, look, I only got one life and I'm going to go hard. Like, so I've always been that person, it's like, if nothing else, I'm always going to bet on me. I know I'm going to work hard. And it says faith without works is dead. I know I'm going to put those together. And I just start knowing and believing that really I could achieve and do anything I willed myself to do, in my belief. I just believe God's word that much that, hey, it says faith without works is dead. So if I put them together, then I can achieve greatness. So I always just been like, hey, I'm going to get it done, period.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here at Dating University, we don't cut cards. And by looking at the title of the show, it says the good, the bad, and the ugly of healing from alcohol addictions. So can you speak to the beginnings of that and what led you to know that you were an addict?
Um, it took a long time before I really realized I was an addict. I knew I was a heavy drinker. Started as early as, high school, junior, senior year, maybe a drink or two, nothing serious. College is where it got crazy. I was the funny guy. So it was like, it was easy for me to get free alcohol because my friends knew, my friends knew that, if we get Mike drunk, we're going to laugh all night. So that became the thing. They knew if Mike Miller got that sauce in him, he's going to give you a show. You know what I mean? I'm a Martin fiend, right? So I studied every Martin show, you know what I mean? So I was going to character, going into Jerome, so it didn't, it was a funny thing, but I always went too far with it. Like as far as I would drink, overindulge. And it didn't really hit me. It was just like, all right, most college kids do, go and overindulge in alcohol. So, I still didn't think I had a problem. Come to find out, I have an aunt who actually passed away from alcohol abuse, my father's sister, and my dad actually, had drug use and, had alcohol problems too. So it actually was in my genealogy to, once I exposed myself to the alcohol, it had potential to, take me to the next level. Wow. So I had two grandfathers that actually were alcoholics. One of my grandfathers was there. Both of them were actually able to get off of it. But like I said, it ran in my family, which I knew, but I never really correlated with the fact that I could potentially become an alcoholic.
Yeah. Did people approach you out of concern, or was it something that you yourself said, I have a problem?
Oh, people definitely approach.
Really?
First being my wife, absolutely, like, babe, I think you need to chill out, once you get over into it. So as I got into my adult years, still I was chasing, business a long time. So I managed to not do it in indulgence because I was so focused, reading books, doing the right things, growing, becoming a leader. So I was doing great things when I left my teaching career, and Primerica Financial Services, became a regional vice president there. It's been having a lot of success. So I was staying focused. So it didn't have enough time to evolve into what it could be in alcoholism because I just wasn't doing it enough. So I was always ready or exposed just because I was so focused and on it. No time to really get into it. It didn't really hit until I had some failure in that same business. We went to the top 5 in the whole company, country, and then had some failure and actually made a decision to leave the company just because I had some, disagreements with leadership and some mistrust. And once you show me who you are, I believe you. And I just couldn't work with them anymore. Left that, went into my business. One of my businesses I have now, Magic Minds, where we work with young people, aftercare program. We got like 8 locations now. But once I failed in Primerica, that's when I say I started drinking alone at home. Yeah, that's when, and I would like get a bottle, go home, go down the basement, watch TV or watch some football, watch a game. But at first it was always just me drinking, at the party or still overindulging, being the funny guy and getting slosh drunk, but nobody ever really paid attention and it was easy to hide. But once I failed in Primerica, I had that failure and decided to pivot to another career. That really, I felt so much like a failure. I was dealing with a lot of mental stuff I never dealt with. So I just hid it and would go in the basement and drink by myself. That's when it started.
Wow. So while you were in it, like, what was the turning point for you in your journey? When you were decided, okay, this is way too much. What was your moment of realization, or what was your motivation?
That that was just still the first part. It took a while before we got to that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I had failed in that business, but then with Magic Minds, with the aftercare program and summer camps, we became successful again. So it's like I hit the rock bottom failure, went back to work again, reading, growing, moving to a next level. So it gave me that period of time where as though I wasn't getting drunk as much, or I was, but I still was able to mask it enough when people didn't pay attention. It really hit the fan during COVID.
Oh,
Yeah. COVID is when this thing took on a mind of its own. So my wife had always been saying, you know, babe, I think you got a problem. You need to stop drinking as much, this, that, and the other. But COVID took it over the top because my aftercare programs, of course, if there's no school,
there's no aftercare.
There's no aftercare. So here you go once again, shutting down my business that I've worked my tail off to build. We got into this $1 million status. We killing the game. Here it is again. Once again, I worked hard at something. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm out here. I left teaching in 2008. So I've been out on my own with a family, raising a family, doing great, making it happen, even through my failures. But to take away my business again through this natural catastrophic thing that I had no control over, it was just way too much. Like, come on, God, like for real, like, yo, I done this again. I done built my business back up and you want to take it from me again?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was just like, that was the thing. So it started all cute. You know, everybody was doing the happy hours, drinking.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, you know, we online like
we've done a couple.
Yeah, we drinking. I'm like, hey, happy hour, boom, boom, boom. I'm thinking it's just gonna be like a blizzard. We out for a week.
Yeah.
But schools ain't open for another year and a half.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm sitting there watching our savings dwindle, still trying to pay our bills, still trying to make things happen in the business, but we've been shut down for a year and a half. Me and my wife both, that's our income. So you're talking about in a day, in March of 2020, our whole life was just gone.
Yeah. So
the panic, the anxiety, the worry, the depression, like it just hit a high. And I was drinking every day, all day. It started with just like the happy hours, like I said. Then it just started matriculating into like, yo, this dude is drinking all the time. You know, and I was just so worried and afraid of here it is losing another business that I worked my tail off to build. And here it is, it's gone in a day.
You know, there's this cliche with addiction when it comes to movies and television where they have this staged intervention where you have the main character in the middle of the room and people are surrounding the character like, we think you have a problem and we think you need to go get help. And you have the person like, okay, I'm going to go get help. It's a fairy tale happy ending. Did your life mirror that?
Absolutely. Actually, my immediate family, who I love with everything in me, my mom, my aunt, my cousin, my wife, my sisters, like that's my immediate circle. They just started popping up at the house one day. And I'm like,
the same day?
It was a day. Like they just popped up at the house. I'm in the basement drinking.
Right.
And I'm like, you know, I tucked my bottle, you know, and I'm like, what they doing here? So then they just kept coming in one by one. Right? So they hugging me, and you know, it was just like a different feel, you know, and I'm just like,
your radar's up. It's like,
yeah. Then it started. I'm like, oh, these jokers here for me. You know, and it was a real live, what you just described. Whole
really?
Yes, we love you. We here for you. We think you have a problem. And even in that, I said, you know what, y'all, I'm good. I can stop this anytime. Please, I'm good. I'm good. So they're like, okay, boom. I never forget, right after that, we went to like a Father's Day type thing. And that was the first time I had another drink after that. And it just spiraled again, you know, didn't stop. So this is after the intervention. Still, I believe in my heart, I can overcome it. It's me. This is Michael Miller you're talking to. The leader, the one that helps everybody, the one that counsels everybody, the one that helps everybody get out of their stuff. How you gonna think I got a problem? You mean to tell me I can't defeat alcohol? You got me messed up if you think I can't beat this. You know what I mean? So you, in my mind of minds, I still never once believed I really couldn't stop. But I equated it so much to life and fun. How am I not gonna not have it either at the same time? So it was like, I still just kept drinking. And I'm telling you, it's bad at this point. I'm driving drunk. I'm sitting in the car. My wife got to come get me out of the car.
Oh, wow.
I'm urinating on myself at times. Yeah. You wanted it all. I'm going to give it to you. Like, this is the reality of it. I'm waiting at the bar in the morning for them to open. Before they open, I knew when they open. I know what time they open. And to see, it's, for me, the great part is all happened in a small time frame. But I went to the rock bottom. So like I said, I'm waiting for the bar to open. Like, as they're unlocking the door, I'm coming in to probably get my little shorty or a little paint or something. Faking yourself, because you know in about 2 hours you're coming back to get a gallon.
You come and get a gallon.
I need that. Ain't do it anymore.
That wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough. So
I'm not getting that buzz I need.
That's it. So it was like, I can remember one of the final straws. I had stopped for a while. See, I kept going in and out because I was like working out, losing weight. And one of the final straws I knew was like done. In my mind, me and my wife went to the Bahamas. We took a trip. And we were down there, wasn't drinking. And I was like, man, every night I'm going to have maybe 1 to 2 drinks. No. And one day I was, and I'm not even a big gambler. I was gambling, playing craps one day. We were supposed to go out to dinner that night. Man, I'm drinking. The waitress come over and say, hey, you want, a drink? I'm like, all right, give me a Hennessy. Before you know it, I'm 6-7 in.
Shit.
And I'm killing the game. I was actually winning. So people were betting. They're like, Mike, we all winning.
And was your wife like, Mike?
No, she was upstairs and waiting for me. I went down there in the middle of the day.
Wow.
So she didn't know that you were gone.
She knew I was gone, but I just said I'll be right back.
So she didn't know you were doing that.
She didn't know I was doing that. So this was like 1 o'clock in the day. Yeah. I didn't get back upstairs. Well, I didn't wake up until it was time for us to go the next day.
Yikes.
So I had won all this money, and all I remember is I woke up the next morning. And she had packed up all my stuff. Such a great woman, man. I mean, you talking about a partner that got your back, man. My wife, Crystal Miller, I love her with everything in me. She packed up all our stuff. You know what I mean? Everything was ready, and I just woke up like, last thing I remember, we were supposed to be going to dinner. Dinner never happened. We were going to get on a plane. So that was like that August. Woo. Yeah, that was like that August. By this time, 2021, this is when school starts back up. So my aftercare programs are opening back up. But at this time, that was August when we went there. And that's when I knew I was done. But now I got to go back to work. I got to go back to running. I'm the boss. I got to go back to running. And we got blessed with 2 more aftercares that were opening up.
Wow.
But Brittany, at this time, I'm a full-blown alcoholic. Full-blown.
Functioning.
And yes.
Functioning, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
wow.
I would time it to where as though I didn't drink because I had to open up a new site because we didn't have enough workers. So I had to be there every day. So I would time it to like, soon as I left in the morning, I would go get a drink. To go home, take a nap, to be ready to go back.
Wow.
Yeah, he got that back. So that's when it was like really crazy. And then I showed up one day. I had to like substitute for one of our locations. Showed up. I was actually, like I was going to drive the kids. And my wife was like, you have lost your ever-loving mind.
Oh, no, sir.
And her and my mother sent me home. And right around that time, by that October, I went back to the site and I was working. And my partner she called me and was like, are you at the site? And I was like, no, I'm on my way to the site. And she was like, no, don't go. Come to find out, mind you, I would not know who this woman is. And again, I told you I was going to be very transparent. But it was a woman that said I had stared at her, some kind of way, sexually or something like that. I don't remember this woman. I don't know this woman. I'm trying to keep my mind focused. But I do know at this point, I thank God for that experience because that was the thing that did it.
Wow.
Because, of course, all this Me Too stuff is happening.
Yeah.
Mind you, I got a mask on. I'm just trying to keep my mind focused. I'm trying to tell you, I wouldn't know who this lady was if I seen her. But evidently, I must have glanced at her or looked at her in some kind of way. She goes to her boss. He brings it to my partner. So now this could turn into a whole situation. That scared me enough to, whereas though you mean to tell me you're going to take away my whole life and everything I work for over, because who knows, they can put it on the news. I didn't know how far it could go. Even though I never touched her, I never made any advances, I never said anything to her. But to me, just the fact that somebody said something like that about me, I've always been the person to protect my integrity and protect my name. And that's been a biggie for me. So I just went home that day and started drinking profusely, like bottle after bottle after bottle. My aunt came, my mom came.
Wow.
It was the day. My wife, actually our neighbor who was a good friend of ours, he actually worked. He was a recovering alcoholic. He worked at a center. My wife had already been talking to him. I didn't know. And he had approached me and I got offended. Like, yo, what did you talking about? I'm good. Like, I'm good. And I dismissed him. But
like most addicts do.
Yeah. She called him. He came over. He looked at me and he was like, are you ready? And I was like, yes. And I checked into, I had my last drink. He told my wife that that's okay. Let him get his last drink. And I checked into a rehab facility the next day.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
That is wow.
Can you speak to your time in the facility? Again, I just want to dispel or even confirm when movies, television shows, it's like this calm, serene place. And you have that prim and proper person have you all sit in a circle, get up, state your name, and you state, I'm an alcoholic. And then you do team building activities, lots of self-reflection. You may have a pond or you go on a picnic or a park. Is it like that?
Brittany, I don't know, but you are describing everything that's exactly the way it was.
Really?
I'm dead serious. Like, hands down, one of the best weeks of my life. Like, my fear was like, yo, I run a whole operation. Like, I cannot be gone. So that was the biggest fear. As soon as I got in there, I never forget, I was supposed to go do this Spartan race. I told you, mind you, I'm working out. We're doing a Spartan race in New Jersey. So the guys are actually waiting for me to drive up there. I'm supposed to go this is the day before.
Did they know you were there?
No, they're waiting for me.
Wow.
Yes, they're waiting for me. So mind you, it's this race that's like a half marathon.
It's
Yeah,
it
is.
We doing obstacles, and that's what I had been preparing for. So they're waiting for me, don't know where I am. I'm just like missing. So finally, end up getting in touch with my wife, and I can remember sitting in there like, yo, I gotta go run a race. What the hell am I doing? Like, I'm Michael Miller.
I can do this. Yeah.
They set me. I went in, and then they set me in a room. I didn't have a roommate yet, and I will never forget this to this day. I sat there, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and I was like, what are we doing here? Like, I am Michael Miller. See, still that arrogance, that cockiness, that, yo, it can't be you. You're the leader. You're the winner. You're the one that's winning in life. And when I tell you that thing humbled me in that moment, it was like, yo, who do you think you are? Why not you? Who do you think you are, Michael Miller? That you think you're exempt from this? Oh, you're so great, you can't go through. But guess what? You're here and you're alcoholic. And at that moment, I just cried like I was 2 years old. Wow. And the water was just flushing. And I don't know, it was like an aha moment. Like, I felt like rain, like I was just washing it away from me. And I knew from that moment I would never be the same again.
Really?
So I was 200% into everything from that point on. Whatever group they had, I'm in. Whatever, anything that their groups they had, because you could stay in your room and not come and all of that. No,
Really?
If it was a talk, if it was a group, if it was a let's go outside and be one with nature, it was a meditation, whatever
Really?
coping skills, Mike Miller is there. I want to be in. And I mean, it was, I'll never forget the aha moment. I looked around and it was like God's way of showing me like, yo, you ever seen like It's a Wonderful Life, Mr. Bailey?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
yo, I love that movie, like one of the
Me
best
too.
movies ever, right? So he got to see what his life would be like without him. In that moment, in that place, I was looking around and looking at myself at every point of the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. I could see, okay, if I do this, then I'll be that guy. If I don't heal now, I'll be that. And then there was a guy that was so cocky. And he was just like, it was just like 6 time being in there.
Jesus.
But he still just couldn't believe. He was like, yo, I am a gentleman and I got money. So I should be able to have a gentleman's drink. And I was like, you know, they was cutting him off. I was like, yo, can y'all please let him talk?
Absolutely. Let him talk.
Because I want to know everything about him so I will never be him. And that's what I said.
That's real.
To him. Keep talking. Because I don't
Right.
ever want to be here again. And I don't ever want to be in this position again. So I want to know whatever you're doing because I want to do the opposite of that because I don't want to be.
Sheesh.
For sure.
Woo.
For
Yeah.
sure.
So then
So-
after, you know, I stayed in for a week. Best thing of my life. Like, it was so crazy. Our group was so like a family. The people, like even our workers that work with us were crying like, oh my gosh, we're going to miss y'all. Because, I mean, I really just gave them my all. I learned to like meditate, like you said. I mean, I had moments by myself and watching flowers and one with nature. And I mean, it really for me was all I needed. But I still, after that, did an outpatient program, whereas though I had to be in there for 3 months. So I had to go on a weekly basis.
That was my next
you know,
question.
do the P test, you know, make sure I wasn't drinking and all of the coping skills and different things. So again, I'm a go-getter. So once I focused my mind, it was like, I had to just admit I was an alcoholic.
Oh,
The second I admitted it is when the healing took place. And you hear like y'all events that now you're talking about do your work. Then I can start my work. But I never admitted because I just couldn't believe it. And I knew that moment was going to come where I never was going to be able to drink again. So I kind of was playing Russian roulette. Like I knew that time was going to come. But it was like, yo, like once I admitted I was an alcoholic to me, Mike, stop playing games with yourself. Instant delivery. You know what I mean? Like I was great. I was so great after that. And I knew I was going to be okay. Like I knew it. Like, you know, to know like, yo, I had my last drink. I'm never going to do it again. But it's accepting that.
So you didn't have,
you know what I mean?
like,
It's like
so you didn't have any
like,
challenges?
Never
Like,
have this whiskey taste again in my mouth.
Really?
Yeah, because people be like, you know, you gonna drink again? I'm like, yo, you don't understand addiction. You don't understand alcoholism. No, I can never. The second I touch it again, I will be eventually worse off than I was.
Sure.
That's what they teach you in all of the programs. So it's like, yo, it may not happen this time, and you might get away with it for 2 years. Eventually, you're gonna go back to that high, and you're gonna chase that last drunk.
So, Mike, I love your path to healing. Were people around you on that path with you? Meaning, did those friends before that were drinking with you, were they careful around you? Were they respectful of your stance with regards to alcohol? Or were they like, look, don't you want to have a little sip? It ain't that, because you were the funny man. So,
So
like
I was actually about to ask that. That was crazy.
That was a process. So for a while, I just didn't go anywhere. Like one or two, just my family, my wife, my kids. Like I just didn't trust myself yet. I was afraid. I was like, you know, being around it. So when I first started going around, my friends kind of just like kept it away. But I got real good friends. Like they were concerned. They checked on me. So they were down for whatever. You know, so if I said we're not drinking, they were like, yo, we putting it away. You know what I mean? However you want to carry it is how we want to carry it.
Wow.
So I got brothers, like
Real
yeah,
brother.
to the heart. Like
For sure.
they were actually on vacation and they didn't see pictures of me doing my race. They knew instantly something. Like one of my best friend Brandon Wiley was like, yo, something ain't right. He called actually my business partner Troy. We were supposed to do the with Passport. We were doing a race together, and he's the one that ended up telling him, no, Mike checked into the rehab. So yeah, they were good for it. When I first started going, me and my wife used to have like safe words or signals. Like if it got uncomfortable, I would give her a look or I would give her a word that she knew it meant for us to leave. So we had like plan. You had to have a plan in place. They teach you that. Like when you go in environments and you're not comfortable or you feel yourself thinking of drinking or wanting to drink, you have a plan of escape. You know, so I had those plans in place. But by the grace of God, like I haven't had a craving since that moment I admitted I was alcoholic. So when I got around it, we were able to play games and I was around it and I was good. You know, I get excited about my mocktails at this point.
I know that's right.
You know,
how has your perspective on life and your relationships and goals, how has that shifted since you know admitting that you were an alcoholic, you got the help, and then you're on your road to recovery? How has the perspective changed?
Oh man, my whole perspective on life now is about eternal growth, constantly growing. What's the next? What's the next thing we want to conquer? What's the next thing we want to, you know, because I feel like you're either growing or dying. One is happening at all times. You're either growing or dying. One is happening at all times. So I take that very seriously. So I, in my life, choose to grow, whether it's reading a book, what my goals are, what's my next thing I'm going to achieve. That's the way I live, and that's where I find peace. So once I learned all of the coping skills I needed to survive, because I was that person that thought I could do it all, thought I didn't need anybody, I don't need any help, I'm tough enough, I'm a man, I'm a man's man about this. Not me. You know, once I realized, shut up, Mike, no, that's not true. You need help. You need to talk to somebody. You need to talk to people. You need people in your corner that you can go to. So once I got those things, like I now have coping skills. Of course, exercise became an addiction. Like that's something I know I'm going to do on a daily basis. Getting massages, writing in my journal on a daily basis, writing what I'm grateful for, what I'm thankful for. I do that every day because that keeps me grounded. Every day I wake up. See, I thought it was a me and not God working through me. God had to give me something like a kryptonite, whereas though every day that I wake up, every day I wake up, every single day I have to decide not to go to the liquor store. So I have to get the strength from him. So I can't possibly think about ignoring him on any day. So me thinking I was so bigger than holier than thou, like you're doing it yourself, it was God's way of reminding me on a daily basis how much I need him. So every day I get up, I got to give it to him. Because I could choose to go to the liquor store today. This thing is a daily thing. So every day I have to make a decision not to go and have a drink. Where else am I going to get the strength to do that if I'm not getting the strength from God? So I got to give him his recognition every day. Hey God, me and you today, baby. I need to get through the day. You there? You ready?
Like I've been ready. What's up?
I'm waiting on you, Doc.
All right. You would sleep. I was up.
like I do this.
Yeah.
Right. Wow.
You know, are there times where the facility you went to or other places, because you're very motivating. You got me hyped up. People call you and say,
motivational Mike, Britt.
Hello, motivational Mike. Do people call you to speak to other addicts?
Yes. Sometimes it hasn't gotten to the point. It's funny. I tell a story. My sister, she had a dream like that I was going to be a speaker, speaking in front of thousands of people.
Yes.
And I do know. I was driving to my inpatient class, and God showed me a vision the same way.
Yes.
So I do know that's coming. I write it every day in my goals. Motivational Mike is the best motivational speaker in the world. It's going to be a New York Times best-selling author. The whole thing is going to happen. You know what I mean? I'm a firm believer in writing my goals and seeing it to manifesting it on a daily basis. So I do know that's what's coming. It's just all in your process. You know, so opening the gym was something that came out of that.
Yeah.
This is my third business that really came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like in that time frame, I lost 30 pounds, got from 210 to 180 pounds, finally got a 6-pack. That became a story. And this working out just became a whole nother passion. And the way God worked that out, Charles, you know the story. Like God just worked it out. And the next thing I know, we got a whole gym, which is like, are you kidding me? Like a whole gym. And since November 4th of our opening, we're now well over 100 members. See, because when it's the right environment and people feel your heart and they know you're coming from a place of love, you know, people are getting results, people are winning. It's like, it's a great environment right now. So it's like,
it really is. Man,
your village is strong. Your village is strong. Can you speak to just the impact of having the right people around you at the right time?
Oh my goodness. First start with my wife. Like, you know, they say you find a woman, you find a good thing. You hear me? I found a good thing. I mean, many times I felt like I gave her every reason to walk away.
Sure.
Like, could have, yes. I mean, you coming to see this man you love, strong, urinating on herself. She never put it up, cleaning me up, changing the bed sheets, covering me. She always covered me.
That's real.
Always covered me.
That is real.
Never once did she say she was walking away. She did everything in her power to figure out a solution, and not give up on me. So when you talk about just having a partner, like we ride or die for real, you know. So it's like she holds me down, covers me, and she is that helpmeet that the word speaks on. So I mean, I don't play about her. It's her. Like I said, my friends, James, Sananda, Brandon, those are like my guys. We've been friends since high school. Still tight to this day. We all have a business together too. I mean, they were there, never flinched. It was so crazy. All of my real friends, Paul Grant, Mike Johnson, like guys that were in my wedding, a lot of you, not every last one of them, we weren't like talking every day, but they called, they felt it. Something's not right with Mike. One of my best friends, Josh Lay, was with his sister. Paused instantly, was like, something is not right with Mike. And I was in the rehab when he had that feeling.
Wow.
And he called to check up. So
that's connection right there, man.
Yeah, but when you've been a village,
that's the key.
You understand? When you've been that guy for everybody, do you understand? Like
it's hard when like you have the people that can rock out with you.
The seeds I've sown into all of my village. I'm trying to tell you, I was the guy. I'm the one everybody's coming to for advice. I'm the one everybody's coming to for healing. They come to me feeling, but I didn't realize they were dumping it all on me, and I was holding it.
Woo! See ya.
So it was sitting on me.
Yeah.
It was sitting on me. Yeah. So I didn't realize I was walking around heavy.
Yes.
You understand? Heavy with no escape.
Yes.
So when COVID hit and I started drinking heavy, it was like that was the breaking point. I already had all the crap. I was heavy. So I had to learn, like I had to have those escapes. So like I said, the journaling, the massages, the working out. I have so many coping skills now that my self-love and my what is the word I'm thinking of?
Self-care.
Self-care. That's it. My self-care is so strong now. It's like, I learned to just release myself. And everybody doesn't have access anymore, Brittany.
That is so key.
I had to let
you gotta close some doors. You got to close some doors.
Yes.
I had to give
my next question. Did you lose friends along the journey?
That's it. You got a lot of takers, especially when you like how we are. when you're a giver,
You a giver.
you got takers, and I had to start deciphering the takers. And it's nothing wrong. I'm a giver, so I'm still going to do that. That's my purpose. That's part of my mission. But I'm learning to discern, and I'm learning to divvy it out as I have overflow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you
Yes.
understand?
You gotta have your own capacity.
Wow.
You
You're
have
only
to
going to
have-
get the drippings.
Yes.
You're going to get the drippings. You're not digging inside no more. No, you can have the overflow. And I
Wow.
give it to the people that need it the most at that specific time. Everybody
Yeah.
doesn't get it no more. So
Yeah.
access denied. Sorry. No.
Wow.
No, I'm not picking the phone up. No, I'm not calling you back. No, it's not personal. It's for me and my own personal
You
sanity.
know,
And I
Yes.
need that to grow.
right. I can refer you to a therapist or the best therapist, the Lord.
Amen.
There you go.
Listen, that's
Take,
it.
take,
Yeah,
take
because
your
I
pick,
can't fix
because
it.
it's exhausting. It's
'Cause it's above
exhausting
me now.
always being the strong one.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's hard.
It's hard.
being strong.
And I see somebody say black man needs to learn self-help. Absolutely. And that's what we need
Mm-hmm.
to learn. You know,
Hmm.
my father was
Absolutely.
shot and killed when I was 5 years old, north in Dukeland, right around in that area. And I never paid attention to the scars that it really had on me.
The
Like
trauma.
the trauma, that's the word I was looking for, Britt. Like
Sure.
big time trauma. A 5-year-old to go through that is
So
crazy.
traumatic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a traumatic experience. So I really didn't put it together how much it was affecting me because I never dealt with it. You see what I'm saying? And even though I was 5, doesn't matter. I had a relationship with my dad. I can remember moments that we had together.
Wow.
You know, so to know that he was shot and killed, it was like I was talking to somebody and I was like, yeah, my father was murdered. It was the first time I actually put it together that he was actually murdered.
Yeah.
You understand? And
How old were you when you said like my dad was murdered? How
this
old?
was like 2 years ago. Yeah, like
Isn't
when
that
I put it
crazy?
together, I never, he was killed. I would say he was killed. He was killed. No, he was murdered, and it was traumatic.
That makes
and
it
you
real.
should
Yeah.
have
it's
went to
solidified.
therapy that time, and you should have been in therapy at that time. So every time I went to a therapist, they would always bring that up, and I was like, why do y'all keep bringing this up? I'm good. They was like, no, you need to open that up. You need to really revisit that. And once I revisited, I realized why I always wanted to be everything to everybody. Because everybody, when my father passed, would tell me, you're the man of the house. You got to protect your mother.
Ooh, there
I'm
you go.
5. I'm
Five.
5. But
Are
guess what,
people
Brittany?
okay?
Guess what, Brittany? I believed them. So I'm 5 years old. My mother was a nurse.
The man of the
right?
house at 5 years old.
Come
Like
on.
that
My
is
mother was a nurse. She worked at night, right? So she worked 3 to 11. I'm sneaking out of bed to be downstairs, watch her walk from the car to come in the house.
at
because
5
I'm-
years old.
I'm the protector. I'm the man. I gotta watch her. I gotta protect my mother. So I gotta make sure she get in the house safe. I will make sure I'm hiding from her, mind you. I hurry up, watch her walk, put the key in the door, run back upstairs to act like I was asleep.
So forget
At 5.
playing with G.I. Joes and being a young, innocent child. You're now this man of the house with responsibilities.
And I've
But you
been
can't even spell it at 5
I-
years old.
I don't even know what, but I've been growing up with it my whole life, Brittany. To the
Yeah.
point where as though I've been holding all of this for 40 plus years. To finally realize, like, yo, Mike, you do not have to be everybody's protector.
Ooh,
Stop. You gotta take care of you first.
you got to.
Yeah, I wish more people understood the power of the word no, and it's not trying to be, it's not trying to be like super negative to people. It's about, like you said, you can't dig into my pot. You get my overflow.
Get the drippings.
Like you get the drippings. Like this is the capacity that I have for you at this time.
That's it.
And I think the more people now are really starting to understand that, and yes, it's become a buzzword to say boundaries this, boundaries that,
Self-care, all that stuff.
self-care
Sure.
and all of that stuff. But when you
Mhm.
really that self-care is really realizing where you are, what you've done, and what you can and cannot do.
Yeah.
And I wish more people really start to really get that and can really.
It was the most freeing thing for me.
Yeah,
very free.
So, like, I mean, whew, like,
Yeah.
since I've been 5, I can finally breathe.
Ain't that something?
Woo!
To hold
When
on
you
to that
say
for
that, when you
all those
say
years.
But I didn't know,
Right.
Brittany. I didn't know till I did my work, till I start doing my work and my healing and going through and digging through. Why am I like this? Why do I feel this way? And I finally realized, like, oh, this is why. And now to have the freedom, Charles, to tell somebody no, that my wife is like, you said what? You told somebody no? Like, yeah, no, can't do it. No, I'm not coming.
Yeah, I'll get
No, I'm not showing my face, because we would go to stuff and I'm the entertainer, and the expectation is Mike is gonna drink and make us all have a great time. He's gonna make everybody laugh. So that's what I became. I had to go. So going to parties no longer was about me having a good time. It was me to go perform.
I mean, for all that, you might as well pay me if you're gonna.
That because I mean,
Hello?
I had
Mike
friends
the
that would be
entertainer.
like, yo, what's wrong with you? Why you ain't acting funny? Yeah, seriously. Get him a drink, please.
But it's like,
That's crazy.
but what if you were to say, you know what? Since I'm so entertaining, I'm coming out with my own comedy routine. Would you still support and buy for $45?
Come on, then
And you know damn well they wouldn't. You know
It's the
damn well they
entitlement.
wouldn't.
See, that's a whole nother
It's
ball
the
game.
entitlement for me.
Right. So yeah,
They
Yeah.
won't share your content. They won't think.
right.
Right.
It became
But
free.
when it's free, it's like
When it's
yuck,
free.
yuck, 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 yuck.
Yeah. Chuckle it up. Chuckle it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, you know, we are coming to a space now where we are redefining what self-care looks like. So before it became a thing, if someone said, what does self-care look like to you? People, again, going back to how media portrays self-care, it's going to the spa, going to a remote island out of the country, being in nature, like something lavish and extravagant that probably costs a lot of money, which is why people didn't put into it, because we didn't have the resources. But now self-care is redefined as simple as saying no to something.
Yeah.
Deciding, you know what, I'm going to stay in the house this weekend and not go to so-and-so's party. I don't have to be someone's homie to clown every time they throw a shindig. Self-care could be like, I'm going to eat this burger when I want to have, I mean, self-care is whatever makes
it is
you
that you
happy, no matter the cost.
And what's bringing you peace.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Like that word to me now, it's just everything. It's not the money. It's not the house. It's not. Yo, you give me peace, I'll take that over anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, like, I'm one of the posts I was going to post. I took a picture of me in the pool. For some reason, God speaks to me in the pool. Like, it started off as being exercise. Now, it's peace.
Mm-hmm.
I got these headphones. I can play under the water. I just put on some good soft music, some slow jams, and I get to, swimming. You talking about peace. That's where God revealed to me to open Passport Fitness. He said, I heard it clear as day. Ask Troy, does he want a partner? And y'all open this gym. That's where I heard it. Went to Troy, hey, well, I said, I could be off, but this is what God said to me. You want to open a gym together? You looking for a partner? He said, I'll be honored.
Wow.
And I swear, like, what? That was maybe March.
That was March.
That was March. By November, we had a gym open.
Yep. And then, not only that, the prophetic word that was spoken over you, the doors that opened for you, the resources that you got, was just mind blowing.
Mind blowing. Like, God bless his effort, and it's like the obedience. Like I was obedient.
I was just about to say that.
You understand? Like I was obedient. I trusted God. I really trusted him. Like, yo, like I told you, I wake up every day. Hey. There's another one.
Knock, knock.
Hey, I need you today. Right now.
Right.
I see you. I know you real. I know you here. And I need you right now. Smoky Norfolk all day, baby. I need
Yes, sir.
you hear me? So I don't play around with that. So every day I'm writing why I'm grateful. I'm writing what I'm thankful for in my journal. You know what I mean? That's a daily thing, which keeps me grounded. So you're talking about simple things for self-care? Something as simple. Do you know how great it is to write what you're thankful for today? To actually put thought into that every day on why you're thankful and grateful. I am thankful and grateful for another day on God's great earth to learn and grow. That's what I write. First thing I write every morning. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm grateful just to be here. To have another day to learn and grow. Do you understand? On God's great earth. Look at it. You know, God gave us dominion over this. Dominion, which means we own it. All you got to do is just speak it, believe it, and go to work. It's yours. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. And that's peace. I wake up every day with hope. I wake up every day with something to look forward to. That is amazing to have that.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I'm motivated, man.
No, Charles, I was a word for word. I was about to say, I'm over here motivated.
I mean, because
get up and go do.
Because we have so much.
Wow.
So many things that we complain about. We complain about the job. We complain about the commute. We complain about the bills. We complain about the food. We complain about everything. But if you flip it, I got a job. I'm awake.
Perspective.
I have a car to go to a job.
Come on, perspective.
Oh, Charles.
The job gives me the money in order to pay for the bills and the things that I have.
Yes. Tough. That's tough. Perspective. It puts you in place.
I get home safely. Getting home safe is
what? So when it's like I am just learning to appreciate every moment. Yeah. Because it's not promised. And I want to create more moments. You know why? I spent years creating moments I don't remember.
Ooh, okay.
Can I talk about my 23 to 25?
Can I talk about my 30 to 32? My 15 to 32.
I had so many moments where I don't remember because I wake up and my barometer, whether I wild out, was my wife's reaction. If she ain't talking to me, I know I went too far the night before.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like I'm like, then I may call my friend like, yo, what I do last night?
Oh, that's the worst.
It's the worst.
You got to call your friends to tell your story.
I don't even.
That's the worst.
She talking to me. She don't got nothing to say to me. You know what I'm saying? So I needed to find out.
That's scary. That's scary.
And they be like, you don't remember? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's right. That's right, cuzzo. You know me. Create the moments. Yeah. So that's why I'm very heavy on moments. I'm heavy on enjoying it every moment because I miss so many of them.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much time I got left. So I want to get as many in as I can to like try to just get as much as I can to remember because I want to remember now. Yeah. You know, they're like, we had a great time. And some nights it was just, we had a wonderful time. You did your thing. We had a good time. You wasn't wilding, but I don't remember. Like not a second of it. Because they call it the blackout. You go to the blackout. So there's a period where as though I'm no longer me anymore. Like I'm not consciously there. It's that spirit that is taking over. And like, that's why if you think about, look at most liquor stores, what do they call it? Wine and spirits. See, because it's no longer Michael Miller you're talking to. It's a spirit. It's a whole nother person. It's a whole nother spirit. That's not him. In Timor.
I didn't even think about that.
Yes, it totally takes control. They're running the show now. So the whole comedian guy was the spirit. It wasn't me. It's a whole nother spirit.
You don't think you're funny?
Oh, he's funny.
Yeah.
Trust me. The man is funny.
I had it regardless. It's certain people. This is funny. You said that. I had certain people. After I stopped drinking, right? They were around me, and they were like, oh my gosh, Mike, you're still funny.
Oh man.
They had never not seen me drunk. They had never not seen me drunk since they've known me. And these people I've known for like 10, 15 years, like, yo, I've never seen you drunk. Oh my gosh, you're actually still funny.
I am pretty funny.
I am pretty. You know, so it's just, that's the thing. So it's like, yeah, I knew I had, you know, charisma and comedy, but
yeah,
you know, with the alcohol, it definitely elevated it. But it just got me back to basics. Just enjoy your life, having peace. So, but I don't feel like I have to be on camera. You know, I don't have to be on display.
Yeah,
I can do it at my leisure, and I can do it when I feel like doing it. But it's not like,
sure,
you know, pressure. It became pressure.
Yeah. To be on all the time.
Yeah, to be on all the time for everybody else. But again, I'm the protector. I gotta protect my mother and my sisters. I'm the protector. I gotta make everybody have a good time. I gotta make sure everybody's okay.
Yeah.
That was my perspective.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's deep. So what advice would you give to anyone who is battling with their addiction, whether they know that they're addicted to something or they don't know, or they're denying it? What advice could you give them? What buoy, what life preserver, something that you can give them to say, look, you're not by yourself. You can get through this.
My mother used to say this all the time to me, and you know how your mother, they just can see straight.
They got a word. They got a word out of nowhere, man. I'm telling you.
That's my baby, and it's like, woo, when they speak, you just instantly get convicted because you know right. You know it, like, and they know you best. So she would always say, "Baby, stand in your truth." Yeah. I used to do the.
Yeah, hard, Ma. Yeah.
All right, Ma. Here we go. Stand in your truth. Stand in your truth. Stand in your truth. And remember, I told y'all when I was in the rehab, it was like that washing. I was washing. It was like I was crying, but it was like a rinsing. It was like a washing, cleansing. The second I stopped crying, I was healed. I knew that beyond a shadow of a doubt. It was like instantly I came out like, let's do it. I'm ready. Because it was over. I got it. So the admitting, whatever you need to do to get to the point where you can stand in your truth and you can call a thing a thing. This is what it is, whether it's a food addiction, a gambling addiction, whatever, a porn addiction, whatever you have, it's like, yo, they're all real. And a lot of people are struggling with them. But I feel it's first, there's no healing that's going to take place until you do what? Stand in your truth. So that's the first thing. It's recognizing, identifying it. This is what it is. Or if you're not sure, talking to somebody to be able to identify this is what it is. But it's first standing in your truth. Admitting that, yes, I'm an alcoholic. Yes, I'm a drug addict. Yes, whatever it is. Standing in your truth.
Powerful.
This is an amazing show.
Then healing takes place. Healing starts after that. But
I say I've heard his story like 2-3 times, but every time it's just like goosebumps. You know,
amazing.
The spirit, man. That's his spirit. Like I said, I promised him, and I promised him in that moment. I said, I promise you, I'll tell it. I promise you, I'll tell it. I don't care. They're gonna know. Yes, he urinated. He did this. I said, I'm gonna tell it all. You get me out of here. I'm in a rehab, yo. What? Get me out of here, God. I promise you, I will be your biggest spokesman. I'm telling the story.
And a lot of people won't, because, you know, we've grown into this society that we only show our wins. We don't show our losses.
Yeah.
So the fact that you are, like you said, standing in your truth, and that's the whole truth, because the truth doesn't have size. It doesn't have a polished, you know, side. It just is what it is, like you said. So you telling the realness of like, yes, I was in a rehab. Yes, I urinated on myself. Yes, I was blackout drunk. And like, people need to hear that because you know, we are just been so brainwashed into, you know, like, you just all you get to see is my wins. That's all you get to see. You don't get to see the behind the scenes where I'm crying every night and I'm trying to make things work, and you know, and I got all these setbacks and everything, and that makes other people feel like, well, shit, if they can do it, I can do it.
Yeah, and I was just watching it get worse and worse.
Yeah,
it was just like, I mean, I can remember having what they call tremors. Like I would shake like that, like I couldn't sleep. Like the only way I could sleep is if I drank. It had gotten that bad. Like I had to have alcohol to sleep. So there were days I was up for like 2 to 3 days, just up, because I was trying to like not drink. But I had to. My body had gotten to a point I had to have it. You see what I'm saying? So what I was trying to do, I could have killed myself because I needed to get it done medically at that point. You understand? So it was like, yo, I could remember laying in the bed like feeling like I was losing control of my body, and I'm just like, God, please, not today. Like, just don't take me today. You know, like talking to God just plain as day like that. So yeah, it got bad, but like I thank God every day it got bad fast. Because even in the rehab, a lot of them couldn't understand why I was there. Because usually people go because they're like, they got a DUI, their family forced them to come. You know, so when I was telling my story, they were like, so why are you here? And I was like, because I want to change. I want to be better. They just couldn't believe I was there because I chose to be there.
Yeah.
You understand? It was like most of the people, the reason why they don't change is because they're forced to be there as opposed to choosing to be there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I had to hit rock bottom. I was driving everywhere drunk, like all the time. And can you believe out of 20 years of I never got pulled over once?
That's
insane.
Crazy. That's insane.
That's insane.
That's
and
insane.
I'm talking, y'all, like I woke up sometimes, I'm swerving, and God kept me the whole time. And I just know, like, I remember hearing, like, you do it one more time, you going to jail.
Yeah.
And here I am. I drank probably a soda and like one drink at Eden's Lounge. And I did a swerve because I dropped my phone. Cops pulled me over.
Right.
I'm wearing 5-inch heels, and he's like, walk the line. Like those when you watch movies again and you see all those sobriety tests.
Yes.
You do all those. Say the alphabet. Say it
right.
backwards. Count.
I'm supposed to say this backwards. Like, I don't know, man. Like,
right.
I wasn't doing it backwards. I was doing it forward.
I need you with me. I don't know how I'm gonna do this.
I don't know how to do this
sober.
Yes.
But I made it work. And so for you to do that and never gotten pulled over, here I am.
Because it told me
God is over your life.
I felt like I was driving better. Like I was more focused. This is stuff you tell yourself. It's just so crazy. Like, now you get me, I get that look at me, I'm a better.
Oh my God.
You say that stuff. Like, I'm better. I'm more focused. Are you crazy?
That was definitely one of my lines. I've driven farther and I've been drunker.
How about that? But that spirit all in you. Telling you that crap.
I've literally said that.
Wines and spirits taking over. Wines and spirits taking over. Yeah, man.
It was the Holy Spirit watching over you.
Hey,
wow.
And I would sleep in the car all night. My wife would finally come get me out at like 10, 12 o'clock. Yeah, it was.
Shout out to your wife.
Shout out
to your wife. Seriously. I gotta give her a hand clap.
I mean, shout out, like, yes.
Because we talk about the person that is addicted, but we don't talk about how it affects the people around them.
Come on. My children, like I had conversations with them. We had to have talks over and over again. Wanted them to go to therapy if they needed to. My wife, I told her, they had different programs for the family. Thank God we were able to get through it. We talked our way through it as a family. I apologize to them as a man. And I thank God that I was able to show them how to overcome. I feel we hide everything from our kids. sometimes too much to a default,
Too
whereas
much.
though they don't understand what life really is. So when they go through, they don't know what it means to overcome. So I didn't hide it from my kids anymore. I showed them. I talked about it. We really grew from it. Since then, both of my kids are shining in their endeavors. My daughter's in dance. She got the lead role. My son is playing instruments. He picked up an instrument his senior year, and that's what he got a scholarship for, to get in the Bowie this year. It's just like, I mean, but he already was playing drums, but he picked up a whole nother instrument, and that's what he got the scholarship on. So when you get yourself in place as the head and as the man, I believe now, again, it's sprinkled down to my household. So once I got in place, it's like things just started happening the way they were supposed to. But I thank God, all of those businesses I started, it never happened the way I wanted it to. Yeah. And now I understand why. Had it, I'd have lost it all. Yeah. Because I'd have been this big time drunk with all this money. You know, so it's like, nah, it couldn't happen the way I wanted it to. You know, and since that time, we bought a nice house, my white dream house. You know, so the business is like, since then, it's just been God's blessing. You know, can't even put it into words how much, like I said. And for me, the fact that my household is taken care of, my wife and my kids are happy, again, more peace.
More peace. And that's all we can strive for, man. I'm telling you, that's all I want to strive for, is just having peace.
Peace, brother. Peace.
Like, however it comes, I don't even care. I don't even care. Like, I used to have a whole list of things that I needed in order for me to be happy and be at peace. And then over the years, that list has gotten shorter. Shorter. And now I'm at these like little 4 or 5 things, and I'm like, I'm good.
But you know, you said something as simple as me taking a nap.
Look, I'm good for nap. I am here for all the nappages.
I'm here for all naps. What's up? You know,
I'm here for all the naps. Yeah.
I mean, being in fitness now is like understanding the importance of sleep and recovery. Like I was tough. I'm 2 hours a night, 3 hours a night. Yeah, that was me. I'm tough. I'm building businesses out here. You know, they tell you don't sleep. Sleep is for suckers when you build it. You know what I'm saying?
I am a sucker.
You be a sucker because I'm with suckers. You know, pause. I'm with suckers. But understand, you know, so it's like, but understand something simple as taking a nap is a blessing, you know? So it's like to get my hours that I need. So it's the small things, like Charles was just saying, that was my point. You just really start recognizing the older you get, the more you go through life, the, you know, small things that can really bring forth more peace and happiness. And that's all that matters.
I love that. What a show, y'all. What a show.
Been such a great
what
show.
A show.
Yes.
What a time. You know, during this segment, we like to spotlight our guests, and you highlight your business, sis, because you got plural. And we just let you take Charles, make them big. Just introduce yourself.
Platform is yours, sir. Tell the people where to find you, what you got going on in your life.
All right, guys, Magic Minds. Like I said, we have 8 locations. We do before and after there, summer camps. You can definitely check us on Instagram. Go to look up Magic Minds, you'll find it. Like I said, we started with 1 location, and I love it. Just Black business, just starting from grassroots, and we grew it from 1 to 8 at this point. We're really excited about that. Also, above it all, I have a business. Like I said, my best friends, Brandon, James, Sananda, and Brandon's wife Ashley, who definitely is dear to my heart. So we started a mental health business in the heart of Baltimore City, Gilmore, Harlem, where so we help young people in mental health. Now we've grown it from not just young people, but also adults. And, therapeutic rehabilitation is what we do. Everything from therapy, substance abuse, which y'all know is dear to my heart. That's another thing we help with. And then, of course, we want to heal your body, Passport Fitness. As you can see, like I said, once I hit that goal of my goal weight and, started studying fitness, I knew it was my purpose to help more people. And that's another business that, look us up on Instagram and Facebook. Definitely would love if you're looking for a place where as though, you know, you got all shapes and sizes and, you know, nobody's looking at you. You feel safe, you feel comfortable, taking the guesswork out of working out, a person guiding you through the whole thing, making sure your form is correct. Passport Fitness is the place you want to be. Like I said, we're pretty much maxed out at 200. We're at about 120 as of right now since opening in November. Again, God's blessings. So those are my 3 businesses. Like I said, I thank God every day. I work hard. Like I said, hopefully one of those things is something that you potentially could use. And it's pretty much all I got, guys.
Well, come on now. I'm trying to go get stamped, baby.
I know that's right.
Get stamped, baby. You gotta come get stamped. Like
Yes.
Brittany
Bro,
said, you
I'm
gotta
so
get that
ready.
travel.
I'm so
Get that
ready.
travel.
Man, if the situation didn't happen the way it happened, I promise, y'all would have been like, oh, I don't even recognize Charles no more. Look at
Who
him.
is he?
Who is that
Where's my co-host? What have you done with him?
guy? Who is that
But
guy?
yes, man, I'm so excited for everything that you got going on.
So
in your
excited.
life, man. Thank you so much for, like I said, coming out and taking time out of
Round
your
of
very, very
applause.
busy schedule,
Yes.
and showing the world your story, your testimony, and your realness, and your standing in your truth, man. I really,
Yes.
really appreciate you.
Love
And
it.
this goes for anybody who's watching and anybody who's listening. Listen, this healing series, we don't know how long it's going to last. We're just going to ride out until we feel like we've covered a good amount of bases. So if you have an idea or if you have a story that you want to tell of healing, no matter what it's from,
Mhm.
please inbox the page, inbox Brittany or me, whenever, however, get that information out to us. And yeah, we would love to have you on.
Yes.
Mr.
Thank you
Mike.
guys so much. I really
Oh,
appreciate
such
it.
a
Anytime,
pleasure.
any opportunity,
Yes.
man.
Yes.
It's a pleasure. You guys
You are
were
an
the best
official. You
Love you
are
guys.
an official professor
Ooh,
here at Dayton
he
University, and you are welcome here anytime. You are now the dean of athletics. You run the athletic program here at Dayton
I
University.
love it. Dean of
love it.
Athletics. Charles, that was very clever.
That was good.
That was good.
Matter
That's
of fact,
so good.
I'm about to go make a shirt right now. Like,
That was good,
like
Professor.
the Dayton University Athletics Department. Bam.
I know that's right.
Put me in the game, baby. Put me in the game.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Appreciate
I
y'all
love
tuning
y'all
in.
for
Great
coming out
night.
and
Love
being with
y'all.
us.
For real.
Man, have a great one.
Yes, we'll see y'all next week, man. Peace.
Peace.
Bye. Thank you so